just AIR, activities, intros, and results.
Mhm.
And I'm noticing very few intros and very few results so far this week. So I think everyone's got to get Halloween past Halloween and then go again. I was talking to my wife this morning. I go, I always close on Halloween because I just found kids didn't come and parents didn't come. So I used to close, but it was a good day to do some goal setting and planning for either your holiday party, your end of year results, your calendar for the next 2 months, or just goal setting for November. I mean, and I was going to ask you if you may want to cover that today. I know you can set the goals on the Rain. I'm not a RainMaker user because I don't have a school, but I know you can set the goals.
Yes.
You know, if I was an owner looking, I'd probably looking at how many new students I got this month, and I'd see how many inquiries it took. So then when I set my new student goal for next month, I can say, okay, this is how many inquiries it's going to take, just kind of working backwards.
Absolutely. I set goals. Yeah. Let me share my screen here.
No.
I don't have so I'm not the best. I used to use this religiously. I'm not the best person to you're a better person than me to talk about what they should be. I can show you how to set them up because we do our enrollments a little differently now because we go by semester. I don't even pay attention to them anymore. But there are some, like all of them are really, really helpful. So yeah, let me show you how to set them up. Hang on. Oh, all right. Y'all can see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Are you seeing, you're not seeing the right screen, I don't think. Are you seeing my RainMaker screen?
No, I'm seeing motion parkour curriculum.
Okay. Okay. That's not the one. Hang on. Oops. Well. Stop. There we go. That's the one. Hey, that's still not the one. What the heck? I'm just going to unplug this. And it's getting confused. I've never had it get so confused before. Oh, there it is. It was not the program. It was definitely me. Hey, there we go. All right. So, yeah, this is probably a much more in-depth talk than just what we've got here today. But all of these little areas right here, the green bars and the red bars, are really helpful for someone who's running a martial arts program where you're trying to enroll people regularly, daily, weekly, monthly. Those goals are really helpful. Let me show you really quickly where you can set these up. And then I also want to show how we can do vacation time because that's coming up as well. That's what we're going to talk about tomorrow is setting up some MIA flows, missing in action, and some things like that. So let me see my here. So like these stats, give me a second. You put me on the spot. Now I got to find it.
Okay.
That's all right. I will find it. Where am I? It's at the bottom. There we go. So if you just click on the bar, I knew there was somewhere easy. If you just click on the bar, you can hit set goals now.
Okay.
What's cool about the goals is that you can have a start date and an end date. So you can change goals based on your year. You can like say, up through, 2018, I want it to be this. Up through 2019, I want it to be this. I don't have any goals set at the moment. So these, that was the wrong one.
This was upgrades. I think you had.
Yeah. Let me go back up. Let me go back up to trials.
I'd like to start at new members if possible.
All right.
Because the way I tell clients is to go, if we're doing it for next month, we'd set the date, I guess, from the beginning of November to end of November. And then I suggest 10% of what you have for an active count. So if you have 100 students, your goal would be 10, because just assuming that your average and you're losing 7 people, by getting 10% new, you still have room for growth.
Yeah, absolutely. I knew that this was the screen that I was looking for, which is basically everything.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah. So if you're talking about new members, if I have 100 people, so I've taken mine all out because of the way that we do our thing. But if I have 100 members, yes, I can put 10. And then you were saying,
then for upgrades, I usually go for 80% of my new. So I figure, by the time it's 3 months down, I want to do some upgrades. I'd be looking for 8 upgrades for the month.
Now that, but what about your I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, totally. Now, one of the things that some people are confused about is upgrades versus renewals. Those are not the same thing. So upgrades is somebody going from like your basic program, your black belt club. Renewals is, so for example, we have our holiday sale coming up, and there's people that are paid for the year, and they're going to pay for another year. There's a little checkbox in the bottom that says track this as a renewal, and it's easy for me to leave that checked, and then it just says, yeah, that person renewed for another year, they renewed for another contract, or however it is that you run your memberships, whether it's 1 year, 3 years, whatever. I don't, some people track those renewals, but upgrades for sure. And then what would you put people's retention rate?
Well, hopefully they know it. If they didn't know it, I would just default it to 7%.
Like 7% attrition?
No, retention, 93%, right.
Right. Okay.
And then I would make sure that I actually knew that from previous stats.
Right.
And just defaulted to that number.
Yeah. They've added some new ones since I looked at this, which I like this. I am going to go ahead and set my goals. So I'm going to take those out what you did because I don't track that.
Okay.
But I am going to do my my retention because we have some weird adult programs. I'm going to put it at 90, and then we're going to put this. That I don't really care about the active members. What I do care about is this number right here.
Now, how'd you figure that out? Just from previous months?
Monthly tuition?
Yeah, your estimated monthly tuition, your gross revenue.
Right. So, like, I know that let me save this and then I'll show you. 2 missing fields. Please enter digits only, I see. No commas. And these goals are going to be start date. Let's go. Not January. Let's go November 1. My holiday sale is going to blow it out, but that's okay. To that. Oops. New set of goals. All right. So right down here on your main screen, you can see all of your right away stats. Last 30 days attended, last 30 days divided by active, which is a number that Scott really likes. And you can really get a lot of information from that. But here's my estimated monthly tuition right here. So theoretically, we're supposed to, if everybody pays their bill, be collecting $35,800 in tuition. We can certainly add another 20% of that number in additional, whether it's apparel or whatever it is. So your gross tuition is certainly going to be more than, or your gross income for the month is certainly going to be more than just your tuition count. So I would love to see that estimated monthly tuition number for me at $40,000 for 2019.
Okay, now this is because the way I do it and the number you came up with, I look at your active members being 212, multiply that by 200, which would just give us a little over 40,000.
Mm-hmm.
So we're pretty close in the way we came to that same number.
Right. See, and the reason that I don't track it that way is because my like average student value. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't track it like that as hardcore anymore as I used to, because we have after school that really throws it off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're paying $400 a month.
Gotcha.
And then our 129, you know, martial arts or parkour or kickboxing or whatever, it doesn't. I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, it came out to the same number, but it's not exactly the same. Plus, we have, I think, 30 or 40 or so. I don't know. We got, maybe it's more than that. Kids who come from another school, who come from, like, they're bussed in from one of our local elementary schools to do a parkour class once a week. And we have them in there as active members, but the school just paid one chunk, like one check for all of them for the semester. So they're not paying monthly. So because we're doing other things like that, I really care about that number. And I remember somebody saying one time they didn't care as much about the active number. They just wanted to see the amount of dollars that came in. And I remember thinking, what? That doesn't make any sense to me at all, you know? And now I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, what really matters. And I think people inflate that active count, right? They're still active. Did they pay in the last 6 months? Well, no, they're just coming up on some hard times. Well, so are you if you keep letting people do that, you know? Yes, so, but yeah, that's. I'm looking for estimated monthly tuition of $40,000, and then surely we can hit 50. Let me see what we are. If you're not sure of where to find your gross number, I can show you in report. So this is where you find that estimated monthly tuition. And then in reports, you can see your gross by your financial transactions or summaries. So you can go for this month so far. We've collected $35,000 in tuition, and all told, we've done $39,000 in everything. So additional $4,000 is okay, but love to see that a little bit more, a little higher. You can also see financial history, like a chart of where you are month by month. So here we are for 2018, so you can kind of see that. And what I love most about this is you can compare it. So I can go all the way back to 2012 when I started with RainMaker. I guess 2013 when I started with RainMaker. So low numbers, always November is a big number for us. Low numbers, and then it gets higher. And then it gets higher. So like I like being with RainMaker because you can track that year by year.
I mean, you basically doubled what you've done in less than 5 years.
Yeah, we're trying, man. we got that 1 million mark in our sights. I'm hoping we can do that in the next couple of years. It's gonna take some, but yeah. So like so 2017 was actually a really hard year for us. But sometimes you feel things that aren't necessarily true. Or not 2016. Sorry, 2016 was a really hard year for us. And sometimes you feel things that aren't necessarily true. This is where we did some other things with our tuition billing, but like it felt hard, but we still did 34, 39, 50, 35. So that's not that hard. It just it just felt hard. Maybe our financial controls weren't as in place as they needed to be. So, yeah, so that's an easy way for us to track those things. But you can set those goals there on the dashboard, and you can see it immediately. Like our retention is not so hot for what does it say, August? I'm not sure why it says August. I'll have to ask them. But you can say your inquiries, you can set your intro appointments. Then you have to let RainMaker take care of that. If you don't want that to be taken care of by RainMaker, that makes perfect sense, no problem. But then you can see it immediately. And when we were doing new members in the way that most people do them, this was a huge, really important thing for us. I needed to see this. And the bar will be red if you don't have it, Like, right. You didn't set it. Our bar is green because we have nothing, goal 0, actual 2. Where's our – doesn't show our actual billing, but – yeah, does that kind of make sense for what you were looking for?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I like because I like the whole green bar, red bar thing, Because I'm the typical guy, I turn on my thing. If it's red, it's I got to kick myself in the butt and get back to work.
Yep.
And if it's green, I can celebrate today, but I'm still going to work today.
Exactly. No, exactly. It really is. It really is like that. Let me show you this vacation thing really quickly because I think that we have a lot of people that are going to be going on vacation. If you don't have any MIA flows intact, we're going to be talking about that the next couple of weeks. But you can see my little MIA 2018. So if somebody doesn't check in for 8 days, they get an email, and the email says, "Hey, F name. Haven't seen you in a while," and the F name is populated by their RainMaker account. "Hey, we haven't seen you in a while. Just checking up, make sure that everything is going well. Please let us know if you need anything." Most people don't respond to that email, but sometimes they go, "Oh, yeah, thanks for thinking about me. Sorry, we were just on vacation, and we have not done a very good job." My school hasn't done a very good job of letting people know that they can tell us when they're on vacation because we haven't ever really used this before. But moving into this holiday season, we are going to be letting people know, hey, if you're on vacation, let us know because you don't want to get those emails. You don't want to get those text messages because the next step is text message. Send a text message 15 days after the student stops coming. So we do 8 days because, if they come on a Monday, Wednesday, they skip a Monday. We don't want to send them an email, but they skip a Monday and a Wednesday. Okay, now we're on like red alert. If they miss the next Monday, then on Tuesday they get an email. So like somebody could say, "Oh, we missed Monday, we missed Wednesday, we're back on Monday." If they're not back on Monday, that's an alert. Then if they miss a Wednesday and another Monday, they get a text message, "Hey, what's going on with you?" Then if they do that again, they get a postcard. So this text message is, "Hey, haven't seen you in a while. Hope all is well. See you in class soon." Let me show you the postcard real quick, and then I'll show you the result here from this. So it says this postcard literally goes out 22 days after class. And it says, "Hey, we miss you." So like it says headline right here. Your headline will go here. My headline is, "Hey, we miss you." Right? And then we have this, "Just wanted you to know that you're missed. We miss seeing your smiling face. Will you come back to class this week?" And we always say, "Are you coming back to class this week? Are you coming back to class tomorrow? Are you coming when are you coming back to class?" So that it's not some people feel like they need to answer those questions, and it starts that dialogue. If we just say, "Hey, we miss you, signed Motion Tulsa staff," nobody's going to feel obligated to respond to that, and we want to restart that dialogue. You're always selling back, like to your students, right? Just because there's not a prospect, they're not a prospect anymore, doesn't mean that they're done. You have to sell them on the idea of black belts. You have to sell them on the idea of the Halloween party, Anyway, that is important for us. Then let me show you here. If I go to my home screen, this thing that keeps popping up, this text message, this is actually a text message that went out. Motion Tulsa, "Hey, haven't seen you in a while. Hope all is well. See you in class soon." They responded this morning, 10:31 at 8 a.m. Today, we're coming back today. But these people are a little needy. Alan wants to talk to you about what's going on. It's just something with their kid. But like, that they responded to that text message. When you get a text message, "Haven't seen you in a while," people have a tendency to respond. So I'll mark that as red. Then it won't pop up anymore. I was saving that for you guys. And now I'm done with my text messages. But if you know somebody's going on vacation, like let's look at that kid. That kid is Connor. If we know that that's happening, I can go into their attendance. Here's their attendance log. They check in. They're always checking in. I can look at their vacation log here, and I can start their vacation. So let's say I know they're going to be on vacation. They said the entire week of Thanksgiving, they're not coming back until that Friday to the 23rd. I'll go ahead and put that they're not coming back until the 25th because we don't have class on that Saturday or that Sunday. So now it's not going to send them anything there. It's very convenient for you to set these flows up so that you don't have to do the work to text every person who skips a class. But it makes you look a little dumb when it's Christmas and you send a text message, "Haven't seen you in a while." And they're like, "Yeah, because you've been closed," right? So we don't want that to happen. We want to put them on vacation if they're coming to vacation, or make sure that you're open an appropriate amount of time so that people can attend. And I'm not going to save that, but you hit save, and then those MIA flows don't go out to that person.
So that's individuals, but you brought up a good question that if you close the school for 10 days.
Easy. Flows. My MIA flows. Uncheck active. Now it's not active.
Okay.
Right? Now it is active. So that's the easiest way to do. So like if you're unsure, if you're building these flows, a lot of times people will start with this idea of a flow. And if you've never done anything like that before, it can be a little, not just overwhelming, but it can be a little scary. Is the ghost in the machine going to piss off my students? Like, what if this doesn't go right? What if somebody's mad? Or, like as you're building it out, you definitely want to leave that unchecked, inactive. Then you can put it in active and you can put just yourself into it, or like a fake student, and see how they receive those messages. So you can always put yourself in the student's position. So yeah, easy. If we're going on vacation for 2 weeks in your school, which I don't necessarily suggest, uncheck that and then you're good.
Perfect.
Yeah. Cool. We're going to get more into MIA flows tomorrow during tomorrow's 9 a.m. meeting. So we'll talk about how to build that MIA flow, and that way you guys. I know that it's not vacation time yet. It's not holiday time yet for people, but if we do it now, you'll have a couple of weeks to build it if you haven't built it, or improve it if you want to improve it. Like mine's not perfect. I mean, it's only three steps. I don't know. Would you suggest any more steps than that?
I would probably put in a task for an employee to give them a call.
Yeah.
Because if someone missed 3 weeks, I'm going to say they got both feet out the door probably. If they haven't contacted me saying, hey, I'm going to be out. So I'd probably try to get someone talking to them, see if I can get them to respond on exactly what's happening. Kid got picked on at the karate school in the bathroom, whatever. So
yeah, because those things those do happen. We have things where we notice that somebody hasn't come to class. We send them an email and they respond back with, I hurt myself in the strength class and I'm just feeling a little down about it. They might not want to email that. They might not want to text that. They might just look at that as a way to bail on their responsibility to themselves to come to class. Mm-hmm. And if they get a phone call, it might be a little different, So I agree.
I just think it's an elevated service. We're still kind of a personality-driven business. And
yeah,
when you reach out and touch someone, all of a sudden you create some type of bond with them, and they become just more than a student. They become a loyal student that's probably going to give you a referral. Yeah,
I agree. Oops. Where's mine? There we go. No, I agree 100%. I think that's really important. I know a lot of people focus on that volume, but depth, going deep, like not just width. I don't want, we have focused on expanding past just martial arts, but we learned really quickly that width without depth, meaning like lots of people without them really caring about you, only works if you're willing to operate like a Gold's Gym. If you're willing to pack people in, not give a crap about whether or not they're happy and lock them into that contract and then basically give them the finger on the way out the door, unless you're willing to do that, width without depth doesn't work. You have to know who they are. They have to know that you care about them. That really matters. So I agree. Very good, sir. Cool. All right. Well, you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Excellent. Bye. All right. Bye-bye.